Hello everyone, amateur meteorologist First and Weather here. It is August 13th, 2021, and we have a very interesting setup for the Mid-Atlantic, specifically Central VA. This is going to be a very different video. Usually I focus on things down the road, but right now I'm looking at things about an hour to 2 hours ahead of us right now, and that is severe storms potentially. So the National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm watch for central and northwestern Virginia. And keep in mind, we're also under a heat advisory. If we look at current observations, you can see readings, well, it's not showing up right now, but readings are in the low to mid 90s with dew points in the mid 70s. And if I pull this up right now, you can see any area in that yellow shading has a dew point of 72 to 76. So yeah, the atmosphere is very moist right now. Temperatures are in the low to mid 90s. And when you get that combination, this is what happens with your instability. You can see a solid line of 4,000 plus Cape right along here. So anywhere along and east of I-95 has Cape values in excess of 4,000. And that allows storms to have those really powerful updrafts and allows them to really sustain themselves if there is wind shear. But unfortunately, there is almost no wind shear. Look at bulk shear effective, there's almost nothing. But I do want to point something out, something that did catch my eye. If I go to the COD weather and look at the wind direction data and then switch to sub-regional, I do want to point out that it appears as if, let me remove this, it appears as if you have this sort of these southwesterly winds right here and then some sort of boundary right along I-64. And so that might lead to some enhanced wind shear in this region right here. So as these severe storms come through, we might get some more rotation in this area right here. Obviously, no tornado threat, but that might allow the storms to intensify and sustain themselves just a bit more. Again, I'm not sure if this is a very strong boundary, but you can see the winds are very southwesterly, but north of I-64, we sort of have this easterly shift, and you can see that the cloud formation is much stronger right along I-64 and to the north. Now, if we look back to the main plot, you can see that again, thermodynamics, we have surface Cape at 4,000 plus, but also let's look at the Downdraft Cape. So this gives you a good idea of the potential for damaging wind gusts. And you can see anytime we're above 900, that means the potential for dangerous microbursts and damaging wind gusts is very much real. And you can see that for Henrico, Richmond, Chesterfield, Hampton Roads, the eastern portion of Virginia, we have downdraft Cape values 1,100 and above, and that is very significant. So as this line of storms enters this favorable area, it really would not surprise me if we see some rapid intensification. Looking at that loop, you can see very impressive cloud tops. These storms are really impressive. They're overshooting. You can see we have a couple overshooting tops right here. Just going to show the intensity and the energy in the atmosphere right now. If we look at convective inhibition, not much of an issue for Eastern Virginia. That high pressure is anchored firmly off the Carolina coast, but we're not really seeing any inhibition showing up right now, except for areas to the west of the storms where that cold air has come through. But you can see that for our area, there is almost no convective inhibition, and that should prevent these storms from really weakening. The main Achilles heel, though, however, is going to be this very low wind shear. It's almost virtually non-existent. And so this means storms will not remain organized. They're going to be clustered, bunched up in a line, and they will be collapsing, regenerating because of that very high instability. But we will not be seeing an organized line of storms just rolling through. These are going to be very disorganized. They're going to be collapsing and then coming back in. And oh, that's just a rumble of thunder right there. So you can see the storms are just firing up all over the place, and that should continue to be the case until at least sunset. So once that sun sets, we're going to see that instability really start to decrease over the area. So that's it for this video, guys. I know it's really sweet and short, but stay safe out there. Some pretty good severe storms coming into central VA.